Hey there, and welcome to another scenario outline for D&D runs. This video is going to cover a basic premise to give you ideas of your own, or you can branch off this one. The story is meant as a single run for one session, something you can do in one night. It can be inserted as a side story too to an existing campaign. The setup is that two major factions are at war. A battlefield is between a major city and the enemy forces. The party is the defending faction. They can be hired mercenaries or an adventuring party at the wrong place at the wrong time. Doesn't really matter why they're involved in the defending army. That's kind of for you to decide or your party. The party will be asked by a high-ranking officer to deliver a message to the front lines. They have heard of a massive attack and are requesting a tactical retreat. Have you ever seen the movie 1917? It's basically 1917. The party is tasked as messengers to go deliver a letter instructing a retreat. Of course, along the way, they will run into problems and some side quest. Depending on if the group succeeds or not, either way, there should be a final battle at the end of the campaign. I'll go into that into a little bit more detail on the mechanics of it at the end, but for now I recommend all the quests be tied to the final battle. Here are some examples. The party, while traveling between the lines, can find an enemy scouting party. They can find catapults and ballistas that are broken and need help with repairs. I suggest 3, so a third could be finding a group of deserters trying to escape the battle altogether. You can convince them to return, retrieve stolen supplies. That's a few outcomes. Once the message is delivered, everyone's going to return to the defense area near the city where the quest was initially given. And this is also where the final battle will take place. Now, depending on how the 3 side quests went, this should influence the final battle. So for example, if the catapults were repaired, there could be less enemies to fight, giving an advantage. If the deserters had their minds changed, extra NPCs to fight on your side. Hosting a large-scale battle can be done in multiple ways. I think the easiest way would be to handle combat like normal, except assuming it's a large group with each player leading soldiers. So as an example, each player has, say, 5 NPC soldiers with them. Every damage they might take would just remove 1 soldier until their hit points starting to be affected. An end to the battle will be needed, of course, so you could say each player has to win 3 battles. You could make it 5 if, say, the scouting party escaped at the beginning. You could also make the catapults, if repaired, act as a bonus ability. Each player call it in once for an advantage roll, something like that. There are plenty of ways to buff and debuff the final battle. Now, if for some reason the party fails to deliver the message, you can still have the final battle at the front lines and just have no positive buffs. That can be a viable ending as well. I hope this scenario got your creativity going a little bit. If you have any ideas of your own, leave them in the comments for others to see and use too. And remember, the party really does form the story. You can plan as much as you want, and then somebody's going to do something completely out of left field, and you're going to have to just roll with it. But that's honestly one of the best parts of playing a tabletop like D&D is for moments like that. So be flexible, be open, plan, but don't rely on that plan. So thank you for watching, and good luck.